If you're a civilian, law enforcement officer, or military, you're not going to beat the versatility and the practicality of the SOCP folder. I've been training special operations soldiers since 1998. Over the last several years, my students and instructors have identified a need for a concealed carry self-defense tool that can be used for lethal and non-lethal purposes. This need led us to develop the SOCP folder. From your G10 handle, the highest grade handle material you can have, there's 3 dimples, a unique clip designed for concealment, a carbide tip for glass breaking, the 4.5-inch blade. Every centimeter of this knife, there's a reason for it. If you're a civilian, it will fit behind your belt so you can't see it, so no one can see that you're carrying an edged weapon.
The clip is specifically designed that as you slide that in underneath your belt, the clip is not going to expose, so it's truly concealed as you're walking around. I really like having one knife that I feel comfortable wearing everything from board shorts all the way up to more formal attire, and the SOCP folder is great for that.
It has 4 different placements for the clip. You can clip it either side at the hinge point or either side at the base. Having the clip at the hinge point here, when I pull it out, it's already referenced in my hand. There's no adjustments that need to be made. When I hold this, I can use this as a good fist load. I can rest my thumb on top. I have less lethal options striking right here.
The bottom line is if you use a knife in a self-defense type scenario, your fine motor skills are going to run out the window. There's all sorts of different things on the market in order to open a knife. For this knife, Benchmade decided to go with the thumb disc, which I like a lot. There's a really definitive purchase, and it's a really easy knife to open, even under stress. Benchmade decided to use D2 steel on this particular knife so that it would hold its edge much better than other knives.
And you have your D2 steel blade. D2 steel is used to cut other steel. When it's sharpened the way this is, you can't beat that for a blade.
I really like the serrations because if I am going to use this knife in a self-defense type scenario, I want the belly of the blade to be as sharp as humanly possible. So I like to do all my everyday tasks of cutting cords or opening things with the serrations. That way the belly will be as sharp as possible if I need it in a life or death scenario. And if you don't like the serrations, there's always a model that doesn't have them.
Well, for your law enforcement officers, this is going to be the tool for them. With this carbide tip, great for breaking glass.
When you're responding to a collision, seconds count. It has a glass breaker on it so that, you know, if we're responding to a collision investigation or a collision crash, we could immediately get there and start rendering aid. It can be used as an impact weapon. I can actually use it for a joint, pulling them around, working them to different sides.
You can use a leverage point down here for joint manipulation or grinding for a less lethal situation. You have to have a tool you can access with either hand. And that's what this tactical fold does better than anything else.
I can deploy this SOCP folder from either hand while I'm protecting my sidearm. It has the availability to deploy this at a moment's notice to go less lethal, and then if need be, to go right to that lethal option.
The SOCP folder has a trainer that is identical, so I can practice getting deployment, rotating and moving from a forward grip to reverse grip. The SOCP folder is designed to be a primary weapon system.
A lot of times in the military too, when you're traveling, you can find yourself in environments where you aren't always able to carry a firearm with you. If you're in confined spaces where you can't get a long gun in there, in a cave or a crawl space, a nice knife would be pretty handy in there. And this knife with a longer blade on it's going to be really helpful in those situations.
A pre-deployment, in the dark, under stress, I need to know wherever I touch it, I have referenced that spot so many times I know where I'm at. It has a really rough G10 handle. Now when I slide to it, these dimples here allow my fingers to reference a point. So if I'm moving into here and I need to rotate it back into here for whatever reason, if somebody is behind me, somebody is in front of me here, it's always going to be reference fast and under stress.
The other really nice thing about this knife that sets it apart from many other knives is the texture on the knife. There's 6 dimples on this particular knife, 3 on each side, and they allow you to feel where the knife is in your hand, so you can spin it easy for reverse grip, or so you can palm press it and get a little bit of extra reach on a jab. When I'm deploying this knife offensively, I'm not doing it to try and make friends.
So no matter if you're a civilian, law enforcement officer, or military, you're not going to be able to replicate the versatility of the SOCP folder. With the dimples, the carbide tip for glass breaking, the 4.5-inch D2 steel blade, the unique clip designed for concealment, and the light, durable G10 handle, you definitely want to add the SOCP folder to your kit.